Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another Avax price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you the latest developments that have been happening here on the Avax chart. And before I kickstart the video, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also check out the channel membership. And allow me to kickstart the video here on the daily chart by first giving you a recap of what has been happening, where you can see that from these low prices that we had been trading within, we saw a very nice bounce to the upside, obeying the Elliot wave structures and taking us to an all-time high at around the $148.13 mark in what I'm terming as a higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upside. And after seeing the all-time high, we started the bear market, where we have been seeing lower prices in this massive ABC corrective structure, which has now taken us back to around the $10.54 mark in what I'm terming as a higher Elliot wave count 2 to the lower side. And after seeing the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 2, whatever we expect next is a bounce to the upside in the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 3, and that is what I'm expecting to play out on the long-term scenarios, and sketching out a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of this wave 3 by connecting the trend based Fibonacci from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave. That gives me a minimum target area at the fib level 1.618, which perfectly lies at around the $247.06 mark, and that is the minimum that I would expect Avax to do on the long-term scenarios. And in the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 3, which we might be in, because there are chances that we might have seen the bear market low and also the low for this higher Elliot wave count 2, we expect a 5-wave structure in formation within that higher Elliot wave count 3 because of its impulsive nature, having the wave 5 of the fractal wave completing the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 3 to the upside. And getting to the short-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out here on the 4-hour chart. Here on the 4-hour chart, you can see that after making our low at around the $10.54 mark, we have been seeing a very massive bounce to the upside in a move that has been obeying the Elliot wave structures, and we have also managed to break above a key area of resistance at around the $14.72 mark and continued pushing even higher. And if I draw out my Elliot wave structure so that it can also give us the short-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out, we can have these as the first wave to the upside. Then we saw the formation of this second wave right here. Then we saw this massive bounce to the upside in the formation of this wave 3, and I'm expecting a wave 4 before we continue pushing even higher in the formation of that wave 5 to complete a higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upside. So once we see the formation of that wave 5, then we can name it as a higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upside, and getting to see whether this wave 3 to the upside has done the minimum that we expect a wave 3 to the upside to do by connecting the trend based Fibonacci from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave, and that gives me a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of this wave 3 at the fib level 1.618, which perfectly lies at around the $14.16 mark, which is a target area that we fully maximized, managed to break above a key area of resistance at around the $14.72 mark, then continued pushing even higher and made a high at around the $16.54 mark in what I'm terming as that wave 3, which is an extended wave 3, having touched the fib level 2.618 to the upside. And after seeing the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 3, whatever we expect next on the short-term scenarios is the formation of this wave 4, and using the Fibonacci's we can sketch out a minimum retracement area to the lower side in the formation of this wave 4 by connecting the fibs from the low of the second wave to the high of that wave 3, and that gives me a minimum retracement area between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618, and I can mark that target area here on the charts like that, which perfectly lies between the $13.96 mark and the $13.35 mark, and that is the minimum that I'm expecting this wave 4 to the lower side to do. And to give you the short-term scenarios, I'm expecting a bit of a retracement over here on this chart in the formation of this wave 4, and because a wave 4 is a corrective wave, I'm also expecting to see an ABC corrective structure maybe play out on the short term, that is on the lower time frames, maybe on the 1-hour chart, having the wave C fully maximizing the formation of this wave 4. And for that to also happen, we also need to lose the key area of support at around the $14.72 mark. So I expect Avax to continue pushing a little bit lower, get to that key area of support, and once we see a breakout below that key area of support, then I'll be expecting a retest, and once the retest is in, then we can continue pushing lower, fully maximize the formation of this wave 4 before we see another bounce to the upside in a 5-wave structure completing the formation of this wave 5 and also fully maximizing the formation of that higher Elliott wave count 1 to the upside. So let's be patient and see how that plays out. And also taking a look at the indicators, we can first take a look at the volume indicator, where you can see that yesterday we had a massive increase in volume, and that is the move that gave us this breakout to the upper side. But at the time of this recording, we are seeing a bit of a decrease in that volume, and that would fully support that movement to the lower side in the formation of this wave 4. And also taking a look at the RSI, on the RSI we are trading at around the 77 mark, meaning we have managed to get into the overbought region, and we have massive room for us to support any movements to the lower side, for us to have a corrective structure, for us to continue pushing even higher on the RSI. Also taking a look at the MACD, we had printed a bullish cross, but we are seeing a decrease in the buying momentum, meaning soon we might be able to print that bearish cross. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.